9 hikers walked into the frozen Ural Mountains of Russia in 1959. Only their bodies were found, scattered in the snow, under circumstances so bizarre that experts still argue about it today. This is the Dyatlov Pass Incident, one of history's real-life horror stories. In the chilling depths of January 1959, a group of seasoned university students embarked on a fateful skiing expedition. Led by the experienced Igor Dyatlov, these 9 young adventurers were no strangers to the unforgiving Russian wilderness. They were strong, resilient, and well prepared for the harsh conditions ahead. Their destination was Ural Mountain, a peak whose very name, chillingly, translates to "Don't go there." It was a journey into the heart of an icy, desolate expanse. They sought adventure, but found only an impenetrable silence. The group, full of youthful vigour and ambition, never returned from their trek. Their planned return date passed without a trace. A chilling dread began to settle over those who waited. Weeks later, desperate search parties finally located their camp. What they found defied all logic and reason. The hiker's tent was half buried in snow, eerily silent. It had been ripped open from the inside, a violent tear suggesting a desperate escape. Inside, all their essential gear remained untouched. Boots, coats, and vital supplies lay abandoned. The hikers had fled into the freezing night, some in nothing but socks, others barefoot, into temperatures plummeting far below zero. Over the next several weeks, their bodies were discovered, scattered across the snow and forest. The first 5 were found near a cedar tree, huddled together, seemingly attempting to build a fire. They had succumbed to hypothermia, their bodies frozen solid. But the remaining 4, found months later as the snow melted, presented a far more disturbing picture. Their injuries were unlike anything a wilderness accident could explain. 2 of the hikers, both men, had shattered ribs and massive chest trauma. It was as if they had been crushed by an impossible, overwhelming force. One woman's skull was fractured, a devastating blow that defied explanation. Another woman was found with her eyes missing and her tongue had been grotesquely removed. The sheer horror of these findings sent shivers through the investigators. Adding to the macabre puzzle, odd traces of radiation were detected on some of their clothing. This detail only deepened the mystery, hinting at something far more sinister than a simple accident. The scene was one of utter chaos and inexplicable terror. Investigators were left with a horrifying tableau and no clear answers. An avalanche was initially proposed as the cause, but this theory quickly crumbled. The slope was too shallow, and there was no evidence of a snowslide. The tense position and the nature of the injuries simply didn't fit. Some whispered of secret Soviet military weapons testing. The idea that the hikers stumbled upon a classified operation, perhaps a new and devastating weapon, gained traction. Could the radiation traces be a clue to a hidden government experiment gone terribly wrong? Others pointed to more ethereal explanations. Whispers of supernatural causes began to circulate. Some even suggested UFOs, fueled by local reports of strange, glowing orange spheres seen in the sky that very night. Was it an encounter with something not of this world? The official reports were vague, almost deliberately so. The cause of death was ultimately listed as an unknown compelling force. This chilling phrase offered no closure, only cemented the incident's place in the annals of unsolved mysteries. It left the door wide open to endless speculation and dread. Over 60 years later, the Dyatlov Pass incident remains unsolved. It is a moment frozen in time, where 9 young hikers met a terrifying end and the mountain kept its secrets. What do you think drove them into the snow that night? A natural disaster? A military secret? Or something we're not meant to understand?